What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I did want to make a quick video here because they did end up showing the new Year 3 islands coming in the March update, aka known as Season 9. Now, the reason why I did want to do a quick video of this, though, is I would say it might end up clearing up a few things, but also might end up being a tad confusing to some people. Now, as y'all know, they did end up giving us this photo here, which I am going to show you guys in the background. And to quickly go over this here quick, you will end up seeing Maui on the right. Obviously, you'll see like the smaller islands in the middle on the way to Maui. You'll then see Oahu on the left. But down in the middle, you are then going to see the new playground. I will also zoom into this a bit so you guys can see it. It is going to show the detail a bit, guys, and honestly, you could probably see that this island is a decent size. At first, when I was kind of seeing this in the beginning of Season 9, I thought it was going to end up being something like the lovely Hoonigan Island there, but no, it looks like it might be around maybe 5 times the size of it. If we do end up putting both of the islands together in a small screenshot, you can kind of see how much bigger the playground is, and on top of that, if you zoom in far enough, you will also end up seeing a NASCAR type of track in the middle of it, which honestly I'm very happy to see. And I'm going to be real, guys, I am happy to see NASCAR in this game. I am kind of excited to see how they're going to do, whether that's going to be tire wear, fuel stuff. I really do hope they kind of go full heritage with NASCAR, because as far as I do know, the only other game I can think of that had licensed NASCAR was a Gran Turismo 5. Do let me know of another game in the comments below that did end up having that, so I really hope they do great, because that will be a pretty dope addition to the game. Also, I wonder which NASCARs they are going to have in the game, man. What do y'all think? Maybe we'll see Toyota, maybe we'll see something like Ford, Chevy, I don't know. I kind of hope there is going to be some type of body pieces there. But one thing I did want to show, though, is if you do end up aiming into the map here, zooming in, you will end up seeing another, I think that's going to be an underground bridge island, like coming around the Oahu area, like right around there. Maybe it's an underground bridge onto the other island. I don't know. That's what it's kind of looking like to me. Do let me know your thoughts. But going down to the other islands, though, people might be like, yo, we are getting 2 new islands. What happened to the one on the top left? I am pretty much going to predict this right now, guys, and it'd be funny if it's true. I could see the other big off-road island on the top left of Maui, or I guess you could say Oahu, because Maui's over there. On the top left of Oahu, I feel like that's coming in year 4. That would probably make the most sense. But the other new islands you're seeing by the playground will end up being the main area for the track editor. This is something I wanted to mention because a lot of people probably assume that you can maybe make tracks everywhere, like all over Oahu, all over Maui, but from what I can see, I am about 95+% sure, and people have mentioned this in the Discord, that that is going to be the main part for the track editor itself. I'm guessing it will probably end up being maybe like the foundation of it or something like that. So you head over there, build what you want around those islands, different types of trackways and all that stuff. I am really interested to see how they are pretty much going to implement this into the game. Like, how many different track layouts can we make? Will be limited with the islands. What we'll be able to do with the tracks and all that. I am interested. I will be testing it when it does drop. Obviously, March is like 5+ months away, so yeah, kind of hard to do. But either way, though, I am really interested to see how this is going to work in the game. I was kind of thinking players might be like, oh, well, the track editor is all over the map. Like, I can go make tracks above Oahu or Maui, and from what I can see, I don't think that's going to be true. Someone did say that maybe because the performance of the PS4 and also, like, Xbox One and stuff, or like, aka the last gen consoles, is kind of a reason why they might not end up doing something like that. Guys, I'm going to be real. Maybe the last gen consoles are slightly holding these games back a bit. Like, I had to say it. Maybe that is kind of true. I do feel like if it was on next gen only, then maybe they could have did something crazier with it. Who knows? Maybe PS4 and stuff and Xbox One is kind of holding the game back, or games in general. Do let me know your thoughts on that. But either way, these new islands on the left, though, is going to be mainly part of the entire foundation of the track editor. So if you guys are looking to, like, maybe add tracks to other parts, it is only in this said area. Now, the one thing I also have to admit, I do hope there's something here for off-roading or something we could do with the track editor. If it is mainly based on just like making tracks and stuff, that will be cool. But I also feel like a lot of the people that are like, yo, I could finally make a plane race. Yeah, I don't know if that's how this will end up working. I'm interested, but at the looks, it is mainly focused on just tracks itself. Besides all of that though, guys, do let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. I would say this is something that might end up throwing players off guard. They're going to be like, yo, multiple new islands. And I also do want to mention that I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm just kind of saying this is what I was seeing on social media. Like, people are, oh, I can't wait to make tracks and stuff on Oahu or Maui and stuff, but it looks like that will not end up being the case. Who knows? Maybe this is like the beginning foundation of something they're testing. Then we will end up seeing off-road stuff, different things with like the new island. Who knows, guys? This can definitely turn into other things, so I am excited in that aspect to see where it goes. I do understand they could keep expanding on Motorfest because let's be real, I've said it before, the potential for this game is there, man. Like, honestly, Motorfest can easily be one of the best racing games out without a doubt in my mind. There's obviously not a lot of new racing games out at the moment, so you can't really compare it to stuff. But I would say if they really do execute and get this stuff out there, probably get other, I guess you could say, probably tackle the biggest elephant in the room, which is get the main part of this game, aka the motorsport part, monster truck, plane, boats, all that good stuff. Really focus, get all that stuff in there and kind of have like a mix of everything in the game to really make the game feel different and also authentic in a lot of ways. That's really all they have to do, man. So if we do end up seeing the track editor, it is mainly focused on something like, let's just say, street, for example, or racing or hypercars or pretty much any of those. Maybe off-road and all those classes, power boats can really have a lot more races, planes. If none of those are going to be utilized in this said track editor update, that honestly is going to be a tad upsetting, and I feel like people might not be all the happiest with that. At least the playground is going to be a big area, which I am excited to explore that and stuff. A lot of people are calling it Not Wheels, which kind of did make me laugh instead of Hot Wheels. We can all joke about this, right? We're kind of all in this together at this point. But either way, guys, do let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Again, I did want to clear this up because I was seeing a good amount of comments going, oh, we will end up having a bunch of new track editors or like a full-on race editor. It doesn't look like it will be the same thing in the Crew 2. In fact, this is obviously more in-depth. They have never done anything like this before, man. So for me, what I'm looking at with the track editor is maybe this is the beginning foundation of something even crazier where Motorfest will end up having its own twist on the event labs maybe in the future. That's the way I'm looking at it, dude. All of it is there. The potential is there. The biggest thing is they will have to execute on it. Do let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. I am curious what you all think. And the biggest thing I'm going to say, guys, I'm just going to come out and just be real. I am more excited for Season 9 than I am of Season 8.